Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
I feel quite strongly about the fact that to be the best ever, you have to have won the World Cup.
I disagree.
I feel that when you look back, and the reason I say that is because to actually be the best player, no, but history remembers it differently.
Yeah.
Like the football community is enormous, but it's still a very small part of the world, and the world looks back on World Cups, and the world remembers. And the longer time goes on, the more people forget, and the wider consensus becomes the dominant one. So when people look back, the voice of actual knowledge, who saw the games, who saw all the goals of Messi and Ronaldo, gets quieter and quieter, and their like legacy reverberates on. But overwhelmingly, people will learn through going back through history. History is black and white. So therefore, people will learn in 50 years from now. They'll look back and they'll analyse the debate between the two so differently than we do now.
Yeah.
And they'll look at the tournaments they've won versus their ability and stuff. And I think for now, they'll also look back and they'll see Ronaldo did it in multiple divisions. I think Ronaldo will win it. But if Messi wins the World Cup of Argentina, it's game over for Ronaldo.
Well, I was saying this, I think
game over.
I think if whoever wins the World Cup is game over for everyone.
Yeah.
Between those two.
Yeah.
But then I also said if Brazil win the World Cup and Neymar's captain, he will cement himself as top 5 in history.
Yeah.
And people went at me.
back,
They went at
yeah.
me and said, "What are you doing? You're so stupid."
Also, people favour Brazil in this conversation of like the GOATs.
But Brazil haven't won a World Cup in like 20 years.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Since 2002.
Yeah. 20 years.
It's 20 years, yeah. It's 20 years. That's why I think Neymar will cement himself as top 5 of all time.
Yeah.
The top 5 of all time will be, in no particular order, Maradona, Pele, Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar.
Hang on, go say that again.
In no particular order.
Oh, right, sorry.
Maradona and Pele, Ronaldo and Messi, Neymar. I mean, mate, you could question R9 and probably sneaks in there.
Zidane for me, just on the...
Yeah, but then it gets into that. Then the top 10 is just impossible to do.
Has Neymar not won a World Cup, has he?
No. But he
But he
did win
won-
the Olympics.
That's true.
And it's also, is he ahead? He's very close to Pele's goal scoring record.
For Brazil?
Yeah.
I think he is. Yeah.
He's very, very close.
By the way, there's an unbelievable clip online that, in fact, really took me back.
Is it the Pele doing it
Yes.
before everyone else
Yeah,
thing?
it's unbelievable to see the black and white footage. Pele doing stuff that, like some of the Ronaldinho stuff he was doing, like black and white images. It was quite something to see.
The old Cruyff term, it was like Cruyff invented it.
But he's a horrible...
They didn't know it.
Here's a horrible argument though. Is it's against significantly weak opposition.
And it's
in
all
Brazil.
a lot. I know he did it in the World Cup, and you can't deny he did it in the World Cup. He did play his entire career pretty much in Santos.
Yeah.
In the Brazil
And
league.
that is,
and you could argue that Brazil is, the home of football, the Brazilian league. But
it's awkward, though, isn't it? It's awkward.
It is awkward. Yeah. Is it fraud alert?
Whoa.
No,
fraud alert.
Different era,
different era.
You got to play what's in front of you.
That's
right?
true, Reed. You can only play the course.
He also did add a few goals on in training.
Well...
Did he? Oh, that's...
The craziest thing about that...
Every week comes out, he goes, "Oh, you haven't quite caught my record. Got another one in training last year."
Bless him. He's not doing well at the moment.
I know, there's nothing to do with it, though.
No, I know.
Nothing to do with it.
Neymar's only one goal off Pele's Brazil record.
Well, he's going to do it, isn't he, against Croatia?
I think so.
Yeah.
He'll score against Croatia, he'll level it, and he'll drop the P.
P, that is.
Yeah, and Pitch Side.
Yeah.
He'll drop the P celebration. We're like, Pitch Side!
Got it. The crazy thing about that video is actually just how significantly accurate the recreations are.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it?
You know what's even crazier? Who the hell made that?
Yeah.
Fair
Who's
play.
gone back and
Fair
found those
play.
clips?
And why is there so much footage of Pele in the 1950s?
That we have never seen.
Which we have never seen.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bizarre.
Must watch.
What do you think of Argentina's squad as a whole? Do you think as a squad as a whole they can beat, Enzo in centre midfield, Enzo Fernandez,
he's brilliant.
Julian Alvarez scoring in the goals?
Big fan.
Do you think Argentina beat Netherlands?
Yeah. I think Messi drags them through again. I think he's that desperate for...
Do you know what someone said the other day was like, who did Argentina beat in the round of 16?
Just gone?
Yeah.
Australia.
They said that is the best individual World Cup performance of this tournament. I was like, what?
I'm really worried for Messi. 'Cause I remember the World Cup final, Argentina-Germany, when they lost. And I just felt like it was written. This is it. You're in your prime. This is your time to win it. And they drop the bag.
Because he was so good in those group stage games as well.
It just for me, I really worry.
That.
When I say worry, I mean I'm talking about it's going to take decades to replicate the opportunity to solidify as perfect as a career you can get. And one game came down to it. And you could argue this Netherlands game, legacy is on the line. No, it's not. Everyone's going to say, oh, he's done enough. He hasn't. No. He hasn't won the World Cup.
Yeah.
The biggest prize in football. Yeah. You've got to win it.
You can see how desperate he is to like.
Harry Kane will beg legacy
as well.
Got to drag. He's got to find. Got to dig deep, and that's what people do.
Yeah.
That's why currently I'm on the side of Ronaldo because I believe that when the chips are down enough, you can dig inside his soul and find a goal. It might not be as brilliant, it might not be as artistic, but it will be a goal.
Also, what I think is not doing Ronaldo any favours at the moment is he is 2 years older than Messi. He's 2 years further in his career as Messi. You know, if Messi goes to Inter Miami next year. You look at him and go, well, Ronaldo was at Juve banging hat-tricks and shit like that.
But if Messi goes and wins the World Cup, then goes to Inter Miami and scores 50 goals,
so cool.
He'll overtake him on every metric.
Yeah,
it'll just be Gonzo. Ronaldo be in the distance.
It will. And also Ronaldo sort of shot himself in the foot with his few interviews he's done recently.
Yeah.
Not ideal for himself.
I think Messi's this World Cup has displayed...
Yeah, he's had a better World Cup by far.
That grit that you're speaking of in CR7.
Well, let's see it. If he gets knocked out by Gakpo, then L.
Yeah, big L for him.
Well, Louis Van Gaal
got to get past Van Dijk.
And that's not easy. Only Saka can do that.
Yeah.
Only Saka. Do you know what? I actually think the Netherlands beat Argentina.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see it.
I actually do. I actually do. Depay and Gakpo look dirty.
So many ways, but I feel like Messi is that desperate that he just wouldn't let it happen.
Van Dijk had Haaland in his pocket.
Yeah, but...
And we spoke to Virgil and he goes, yes, we will win this tournament.
You think Leo Messi's going to try and go up against Virgil van Dijk? I think
Leo Messi up against Daley Blind is an L.
Daley Blind's he's flying at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Daley Blind's going to pocket him.
You really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think he picks up too much space.
I genuinely think Netherlands actually win this game. I'm not even joking.
I'm just praying for
I think they're really good. I looked at their squad before and I thought, I don't know, a bit agey, bit like young coming through, but they've actually found a really good mix and they look fluid. They look very, very good. But I feel like Argentina, they haven't hit
first gear yet, have they? That's the thing. They haven't hit the heights. You think
Messi?
You've seen Brazil and France at their best.
And
Argentina, if they can kick in. Bear in mind, before this tournament, they won like 19 games in a row before they lost to Saudi Arabia.
They went 3 years undefeated.
It's crazy. Yeah. So
but the fact they lost Saudi Arabia means they're exposed. They can be exposed.
Yeah.
But they should not have lost that game, but they can. And in knockout football, anything can happen.
But I would argue that it's better in a World Cup to start slow and then find your groove.
Yeah, I disagree. I do not disagree.
Yeah.
But I'm still saying I think the Dutch beat them.
If Messi gets injured, then it's over.
Oh, it's so over.
Whereas Brazil, they did it without Neymar. England can do it without a few players.
Can you imagine?
I think we might have the best squad in the tournament.
I said this.
We do.
I think on
no,
paper,
we actually do. We actually do.
Yeah.
And we've had injuries, bear in mind.